get this all the time, not just from the religious, but from all kinds of woo-mongers and other people who believe things without any rational justification. They'll tell me that they have a right to believe anything they want, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. Okay, yes, I do lack the ability and the desire to use my amazing telepathic powers to go into their heads and change the crazy crap that they believe. That much is true. But do you have a right to believe these things? Well, maybe? I mean, you certainly have the ability to believe whatever cockamamie thing you want to keep stored in that vacuum you call a brain, but because that doesn't rely on other people or even society to grant it to you, it's not really a right any more than the ability to get up and walk around is a right. It's just something you're capable of doing, and if you lose that capability, you haven't had your right taken away. So, insofar as that's true, you definitely have the ability to believe whatever crazy things you want. But my question here is, so what? Because your ability to hold independent thoughts, often independent of reality itself, really means nothing unless you keep it all to yourself. And that's what I hear these people complaining about, that not only do they have the supposed right to believe, but they also have the supposed right to tell everyone else about it without any kind of criticism coming their way. And that's totally wrong. Because, at least in most Western democracies, we both enjoy something called the freedom of speech, and that is a right, often protected by the founding and most fundamental documents in a society. You can take your crazy, unsupported nonsense and stand on a soapbox in a street corner and spout it to anyone who will listen. Go ahead, but at least be entertaining. But I can use the exact same freedom of speech to put up my own soapbox next to yours and tell anyone paying attention what a complete idiot wingnut you are. It isn't my fault that you have such idiotic beliefs. You ought to knock that off. Just because you hold these beliefs on blind, dogmatic, and unjustifiable faith doesn't give you the right to spout off whatever you want without response. In fact, you can't stop me from exercising my right to tell the world that what you believe is complete garbage. And of course, you get to respond as you see fit within the letter of the law. Now, keep in mind, I'm not aiming this at just the religious, although they are probably the most common complainers on the issue. They are not alone, though, as political hacks try to pull these same things, and I've done stories recently where politicians actively want to ban free speech because the people are saying things that these special little political snowflakes just don't like. Well, boo effing who for you. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I'll tell you that what you think and what you believe is idiotic if I think that they are. I've got a blog, I've got a YouTube and a VidMe channel, and I've got access to lots of different discussion forums where I can make my thoughts known. And you know something? You don't have to like it. And I don't care if you do. Maybe if you're getting a lot of criticism over your views, you need to step back and rethink your views. Maybe you're wrong, and if you are, you need to change your views or continue to face well-deserved criticism. I find it really funny how many YouTubers and other content creators constantly get told that they have to shut up because they're offending someone. Oh no, we're hurting your feelings. Whatever will you do? Well, how about growing a pair and dealing with reality? I mean, that would be a nice change, wouldn't it? Because just because you can believe whatever you want, that doesn't mean that you should. That's a message that I keep throwing out there, and I keep getting whined at over. Because most of these people just don't give a damn about reality. They just want to feel good. And even those few people who recognize that the things they believe don't play well with the real world, they simply don't care. They'll rationalize away the problems because they care more about the feels than the reals. They care about emotions, not facts. And like it or not, that always gets you into trouble once you stray outside of your little echo chamber. So, do you have a right to believe absurd nonsense? Well, you certainly can. Nobody can stop you. But nobody has a responsibility to make you feel good about it should you choose to open your mouth and spew your unsupported garbage. But hell, the religious will certainly try, won't they? And that's why there are blasphemy laws. The religious try to use the force of law to keep their critics silent. Free speech only works for them. Screw anybody who disagrees. No. No way in hell. I will fight against any blasphemy laws or speech codes that come up because freedom of expression is not freedom from consequences. Just because you have a right to speak doesn't mean you have a right to shut anyone else up. Your feelings do not abridge my rights. This is something both the religious and the political left need to get through their tiny little pea brains. So, anyway, what do you think? Do you think people have a right to believe whatever the hell they want to believe? Or do you think that, while they have the ability to embrace mind poison, their ideas can and should be challenged? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm really interested to see what people have to say. So, until next time, stay rational and critical of bad ideas. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Might as well be us.
Everything changes.